It's a question of life or death for your book. Rewriting can resurrect it to the living side of that equation. Hello and welcome back to my writing journey. I'm Ellen Byerrum, author of The Crime of Fashion Mysteries and other books and plays and short stories. Rewriting is important whether you're writing a play, a book, a short story, or whatever. Rewriting is really the key to success. While I don't believe that first drafts have to be bad, in fact they can be very good, books do need rewriting and reconsideration. There may be some geniuses throughout history who never needed to rewrite. Well, this isn't history and we aren't geniuses, so let's proceed. First of all, you need to lay hands on your drafts, so to speak, to make them the best they can be, to find the gold. You look at the plot, the characters, the pace, and the rhythm, not to mention the plausibility, especially if you are writing a mystery. Rewriting doesn't have to be grueling. I find rewriting to be the most rewarding part of the process. This is where a lot of the connections you made up, the ones you didn't even know of, start to pay off because you make connections and you relate them to character, to plot, to other characters and dialogue, and this is the fun part. You can pay off moments you set up like little Easter eggs throughout the book. Now, I have read a lot of books that made it to publication, but often my reaction has been, that needed another rewrite, or even one rewrite. They're just plot problems, they're holes, there are just missed opportunities. Something is missing, something has not been achieved. And I think this phenomena affects writers most who have to turn in multiple books a year. The book wasn't the best it could be, but they turned it in on time. Some writers get editor's notes or copy editors and have to turn them around too quickly. I've had writers say they turned a rewrite around in 3 days. I think it's pretty impossible to reread an entire book in 3 days, let alone rewrite it in 3 days. I think sometimes the author just says yes to all the edits because they're tired, they're exhausted, and they just go with it. They just press those little buttons that say accept all. This can be a tragic mistake. Not everyone likes rewriting. The problems may be that you are rewriting yourself into a hole and you don't know how to dig yourself out. Your friends and your editors and your writing groups all have a multitude of ideas about what you can do, but they confuse you. You're not sure. The problem may be trying to please too many people, listen to too many voices, and too many opinions. There's another rewriting problem I've run into with a friend of mine who used to write plays. She does not anymore. But every time she wrote a play, I would comment on it and give it back to her, and I thought it was pretty charming. This first play she did, she came back with a completely different play under the same title. And I said, what happened to the play? She goes, I just went in a different direction. I just thought I needed to do that. I have no idea why she thought that, but she did it again. So the first draft, the second draft, and the third draft were so completely different that they were all first drafts. Don't fall into that trap. Believe in your work and your instincts. What was the idea? Why did you write this book in the first place? What was your idea? I think sometimes you have to get back to the basics of that, the plot, and who you are and what you're trying to say. I do have some cautions. When you are looking at editor's notes, you may see that they suggest diametrically opposed ideas. When you rewrite, i.e., kill this character or expand this character, you don't have to follow every suggestion. And you can't, especially if they are opposed. And many times that's what happens because as someone reads, they have one idea, they get 100 pages in, they have another idea that just is completely in opposition. Rewrites are a time to check in with yourself and your book and your instincts. You've got to trust them and determine the best way to go. Now, after working in traditional publishing, I knew I had to start my rewrites immediately after turning in the book because I never knew when I was going to get that book back. And as it got later and later and into the 9th book, I never knew how much time they would give me. And they kept trying to shave time off my book and off my rewrite. By the 9th book, my 5th editor gave me 1 week for rewrites, to rewrite an entire book. Well, I want my book to be the best it can be. And this is probably a product of having a Catholic school education. You know, there were not a lot of shortcuts when it's you, the nun, and God. So it's really distracting to have a 1 week order. So that is when I decided that I really needed to part way with the publisher and definitely part ways with this editor. I want the best for my books, and she proved that she didn't care about my books at all, except getting to the production schedule on time. A book is a long-term love affair. If you're the writer, you have to see it through to the end, even if no one else does, even if no one else cares. My best advice is to trust your instincts, go into your rewrite with a fresh mind, read your words aloud, and see what hits you. If someone else wants rewrites you hate or you really disagree with, say no. Don't do it. Come up with your own solutions to any problems, and good luck with that. And I'll check in with you next week. Bye.